Naturally, Dave's is probably the best dinner guest list, and he generally holds the podcast together and continues to belt out quality shows. Owen has unfortunately hit podcaster's block, where he can now no longer think of any new topic ideas. He really thought that speaking about the rules of collie dog cricket, that's not in the name, but was worth 30 minutes of anyone's time. Wow. What's that? The description?
Where did you find that?
That was on our last podcast, the Dead or Alive Cricket Dinner Party. And I believe that's the description that was put to match that video. And I believe you're in charge of writing that. So I don't think anyone reads it, but just in case anyone does, that's just the biggest, that's fake news. It's a massive load of lies.
You did think collie dog cricket was a 30 minutes?
No, I didn't. That was your idea. That was your idea to speak about that. And I've come up with the majority of the ideas.
That's not true.
Which is true. We've gone through it. So we know what's happening there.
Podcaster's block. I
I
completely forgot I wrote that.
I can't believe I just thought I'll have a little look. Thought I'd have a look at the comments. Cheers. And so that's not a nice way to start, is it?
I do generally.
Usually we like to be positive, but
I am the backbone of this show.
well, obviously we can see that. Obviously back yourself. Jesus. Anyway, what are we talking about today? Because I've just don't know what to talk about, obviously.
Well, it's not collie dog cricket, I can tell you that.
That was your idea.
England's 2017 ICC Champions Trophy squad. And to put it quickly and simply, it's everything you've expected, so see you next week.
Yeah, but there's no real surprises, are there?
Well, I think the batting picks itself, doesn't it? Morgan, Johnny Bairstow, Sam Billings, Alex Hales, Adil Rashid, Jason Roy, David Willey.
Right. Well, it's kind of boring going through it, isn't it?
Yeah, but
we should be winning this shit, shouldn't we? We should win this. England should win it. Definitely.
With the
ICC Champions Trophy.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Go on then. Why?
We should. Well, we got the best team, haven't we?
Have we?
We got the best team.
So
ODIs are our best format. We should be spanking people. Who's better than England? I reckon Australia are probably our biggest contenders.
I think there's a couple of runners up there.
Go on.
I think the top three are probably top four. England, India, Oz, South Africa.
We'll batter them. We'll batter South Africa. You think South Africa? None of them are. The good players aren't interested in playing anymore. AB's given up. He's already thinking about.
Yeah,
he's already thinking about giving it up. Only in Test matches, isn't he?
I don't think he's going to be part of the. Is he?
He's picked in their team. Yeah.
Is he? Ooh.
He's not.
I don't like him.
He's not interested. I don't know how old Amler is, but he's got to be reaching the big 5-0 at some point. Yeah, they're rubbish. No, they won't compete. They got no bowlers either.
First thing, I want to talk about this England squad.
To hear.
Will you shut up?
They've got quite a few bowlers.
We know we've got this Ireland series coming up in, I don't know, is it next week or the week after? Yeah, so next week.
Is that even on the telly?
I don't know. Will we cover that? Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't covered international cricket in a while, so we may as well.
Where are they playing that?
I
can't be in Ireland, can it?
I don't think it's in England either.
They have a pitch in Ireland.
Yeah. They used to play county cricket, didn't they? Or
people walking their dog around. Let's go watch.
But the squad they've chosen for the Ireland games aren't necessarily the squad that they've chosen for the Champions Trophy. So we've got Ben Duckett's in that Ireland, the squad to face Ireland.
Oh, right.
And so is Stephen Finn.
So they just don't want to get people injured that they want.
Well, would you bother playing Duckett?
Do you reckon it's just the thing is like it is they're pointless games.
Yeah, they are.
But the only reason you'd want to use them is just to get a bit of confidence. But then,
I think they could do that at the counties, surely.
But why don't you play a proper team? There's no point in playing a pointless game and putting out a pointless team. You may as well like get people's confidence, just absolutely batter them. Go, yeah, we're in a great place. Rather than having it, playing people you're not going to pick and then going into the tournament. Then it really is completely pointless.
I think so. Ben Duckett. I'd rather just see Ben Duckett go away for his county. I know he might only miss 2 weeks or 10 days of county cricket through these pointless ODIs against Ireland. But I'd rather just see him go out there and just spend all summer with his county. I don't want him to come into the Ashes squad. I'd rather if he didn't. I'd rather him come back into England into an England position after next year's Ashes. But just go and score trillions of runs in all formats for your county, and then we'll see you later.
Can anyone force their way into the team by doing well in that Ireland series?
Yeah, well, I should. Well, it's only okay.
If Duckett goes and gets a ton in every game,
no, but he can't get. They've chosen their championship.
Right. So what is the point? It's so stupid.
And it's Ireland. There's no. I know. It might be played abroad. You say. I think isn't it played in the.
I've paid no attention to it. I've got no idea where it's played. Does it matter?
No.
Why do you think they're doing it? Why do you think they're?
So it's 2 one-day internationals on the 5th and the 7th.
Right.
It's not particularly good preparation. It's like the same as playing a county playing Ireland. It's like, okay, the boys are all together. Whether that's a benefit or not, I'm not sure. It's not like football though, because England international football, they don't get to play that often together. But the cricket lads get to play together all the time. They're always training together.
That's the team you play for, isn't it? If you pick for England, you're playing for England.
I can't see much point of it, and I can't personally. I wouldn't bother with Finn and Duckett. I think it's a bit of a piss take they're even going. Not that shows any disrespect towards their quality as players. It's just they can't.
Yeah, they can't get anything from.
Let them play for their counties so they can get better and better with their counties.
So we've established that's pointless.
The batting pretty much picks itself. Okay, there's a couple of numbers which we'll look at. But first of all, I just want to look at the bowling because we've got an interesting name in Woody, Mark Wood. What do you think?
I don't really. Who's he going to replace? Who's he going to get in front of?
So Stephen Finney's got in front of.
Right. So who's our bowling attack then?
So let's say Chris Wokes, David Willey. Those two are definitely in, aren't they?
Right.
Now you got a choice between Plunkett, Ball, Wood.
Plunkett will get in definitely.
So you're saying we'll have 3.
Plunkett will be picked.
You got Stokes as number 4.
Yeah.
And are you having 2 spinners in Moeen and Rash?
Yeah, they will. They will.
So you're saying that I think that last bowling spot is a bit of a toss-up between Bawley, Woody, and Liam Plunkett. So Ball, Wood, Liam Plunkett. I think those 3 will go for that last one.
You don't think Liam Plunkett is nailed on? He's played way more than them.
The thing is,
in ODIs.
Yes, he is probably the favourite, but I think David Willey, Chris Wokes, and obviously Ben Stokes are all way above the pecking order than Liam Plunkett. You see, he's like the weakest of the 3.
Yeah, I still think he's a heavy favourite.
Though Mark Wood's interesting because Mark Wood's probably the only Liam Plunkett can bowl, but Mark Wood probably is a touch quicker than Plunkett, maybe consistently quicker as well.
Yeah, I think he's consistently quicker.
Jake Ball is one of those bowlers that will just. It's a little bit similar to.
I would be annoyed if I was Jake Ball and Mark Wood got picked in front of me.
Is that because he just comes straight back in?
Yeah, I think Jake Ball should be in. I think Mark Wood should be at the back of the line for it.
Though he does offer something that Jake Ball doesn't.
Yeah, but do
you know what? So like, Chris Wokes can bowl quick. David Willey can't. Okay, Stokes he can, but Mark Wood gives you express pace. Who
would you rather have out of Ball, Plunkett, and Wood?
I think that's a. Actually, I think it's a pretty difficult question.
Really?
I actually do.
Plunkett gives you something with a bat as well.
Yeah, he does. But I'm thinking about horses for courses. So if it's swinging around, I'd probably rather have Jake Ball. Yeah. Someone who can just hit top of off and do that consistently.
And he swings the ball.
Yeah. So he's just very accurate, and he's not He's not necessarily the fastest guy in the
He's
world.
not slow though, is he?
No,
he's
certainly
fine.
not. He's not slow as.
It's like fast medium, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's probably quicker than David Willey, but who definitely can swing it. Chris Wokes' position doesn't come under fire, does it? Because we got those.
No.
These backup
He's
bowlers.
guaranteed. I don't. I don't know. The thing is,
What about David Willey then? I think it's nice to have that left arm over.
and they like the fact he can smack it with a bat.
Yeah.
So-
And I think having him come in, he gives you something different. I think Woody would, but I think you're right. I think Plunkett is going to be the favourite
Plunkett
running
will be
into that.
picked in front of him.
And you think England will go with two spinners even
Yeah.
in England?
Yeah. Well, the weird thing is I don't think England count Moeen Ali as their spinner, even though he plays as England's spinner.
And a lot
So
of
they
the time
count him as a
he
batsman.
probably does get 6 to 10 overs.
Yeah,
consistently.
he'll get bowled more than Rashid, but we'll pick Rashid as our spinner.
We'll still keep.
So it's stupid. But
If you were going to chop Rashid, let's say you're up at Headingley and it's swinging around corners. Not that the two new white balls do that.
Does Mark Wood swing the ball? I think he does.
No, I don't think he does,
Really? Does he?
He's just that express pace. Well,
I don't know if he does.
let's just say it's not looking like it's going to be. There's no point playing
Two spinners. Right.
out of those. Let's say those two, you got Borley or Woody. Who's going to be your pick? Is Jake Ball next in line for you? You think Mark Wood's really at the back of the queue? Because I think Jake Ball is, to be honest. I think it's harsh, but I think Wood just gives you something.
Are you
Jake
talking
Ball.
about in your mind, or you think in the selector's mind? Jake
Both,
Ball's
both.
All right.
I think both.
I don't
yeah.
think so.
I think Mark Wood is. I think England cricket are really, really excited by Mark Wood. They just got to keep him fit, or he's got to keep himself fit. I know it's easier said than done for somebody who can bowls 90 miles per hour and throws his body around like he does, but I think he's up there. And
For you, if England are going to pick one spinner,
yeah,
would you pick Moeen Ali?
yeah, I think so. Yeah. Though I would probably look to go with two, just because Moeen Ali gives you so much with the bat, and so does Rash. Rash gives you a lot with the bat, and I think actually a leg spinner in ODI is pretty good because they can bamboozle.
He's done
you
all right
with,
in ODIs.
Yeah, they can bamboozle you with mystery spin and lower down the order when they're looking to hit, can often get them in trouble.
Who do you think is going to open?
Well, it's going to be Roy and Hales, I think.
Right.
So I'm going to go Roy Hales. Now, it's a bit interesting now with does Sam Billings come into the team or not?
I don't think he will.
So what about Johnny Bairstow?
Bairstow should.
But
It's
I think
difficult, isn't it?
I think it's going to go the other way. I think Sam Billings will come into the squad. Josh Butler should keep the gloves.
So where's Billings going to go then?
He would normally come in at number 3.
Okay.
That's where I think so. Morgan 4.
Right. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, actually, I'm missing Rooty, aren't
Yeah,
I?
well, that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe chop Billings off then. We'll maybe come back to Billings.
Root's going to be 3. Isn't
Root's
he?
going to be 3. Morgan 4. Butler 5. Stokes 6. Now your number.
Nah. Stokes will come in front of.
Well, it's though Morgan, Morgan, Butler, and Stokes. They're floaters, aren't they? They can come.
Stokes will come in front of Butler.
They change. I'm not sure. I think if it's one of those ones where you're on the 30th over and you're on, let's say you're 200 for 2 or whatever it is, 200. Yeah, 200 for 2, 200 for 3, and he's got 15, 20 overs left. He might Butler would come in and just end the game.
I don't think they would.
I think there's more trust in Butler than there is Stokes.
But if it's just go out there and smash it, they don't mind which one goes in.
No, well, I think the three of them, Morgan, Butler, and Stokes, that they could all easily interchange.
Yeah, but it's Stokes coming off. He's not going to get you much less. If he might even get you more than Butler coming off.
I think Butler's the more accomplished and finisher.
But if he gets out in 5 balls, it doesn't matter, and then Butler comes in anyway.
It's vice versa, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then Owen Morgan
I think they put Stokes in front of him.
I'm not sure it's England's biggest headache, is it? That's a brilliant.
No, but I would like to see Bairstow in there. But
number 7's gonna have to be Mo, isn't it?
yeah.
Number 8 Rash, and 9, 10, 11 the 3 bowlers
Yeah.
of Plunkett.
Willie.
So number 9's gonna have to be Wokes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Willie 10 and Plunkett 11, or Willie 11. maybe Rash. You should never say Willie and Rash in the same sentence. So maybe Rash will come in at number 11. But there isn't, you're right, there isn't room for Billings. And I think Billings is probably ahead of Johnny Bairstow and the Pippins to get into the team. Unfairly, I think. But I think England selectors really, really like Sam Billings.
Just throwing out a weird one, because just thinking to fit Johnny Bairstow in, this won't happen. But how annoyed would you be about it if they did this? Which they won't, it's totally... But... So they get rid of Alex Hales.
Yeah.
They put Joe Root into open.
Ooh.
Okay. And then that's
it's already horrible.
Then just so they can fit Bairstow in.
I can see where you're coming from.
Would it?
But I don't think Joe Root's going to
no, he's not. I know it's not going to happen.
I think they would. If they were, they would.
Would it be that bad? Joe Root being out there from the start?
Thing is, you're right. I think the only... Look at that batting lineup. Morgan's probably the weakest batsman.
Well, I was thinking that, but you can't get rid of him.
But he's the captain, so he keeps in there, so he stays in there. But Stokes
really
has got his bowling. Actually, Morgan's had a very good start.
I was going to say, I don't think he's...
But if you look at
he's under threat.
No, he's certainly not.
Even if he wasn't captain, I don't think he'd be under threat.
But you're not going to get rid of Butler. Butler only for injury. He's probably our best ODI player. Joe Root's our best batsman in the world at the moment. Best English batsman, sorry. Yeah. And Stokes. So you're right. There's only room to look to take out either Roy or Hales, and they're brilliant opening batsmen.
You won't get rid of Roy, I don't think.
The two of them have been very successful, but I think Sam Billings is probably more equipped to open the batting than Johnny Bairstow.
Joe Root.
No, I don't think they would move Joe Root at all.
No, I know, but I don't think they would ever put Bairstow into open either.
But Sam Billings, they definitely...
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. So if they were going to look to bring in another player who wasn't another batsman, they would look to probably get rid of one of the openers for Billings. I think it's very hard for Johnny Bairstow to get into this team.
It's stupid, isn't it?
It's ridiculous. Unless they thinking about dropping Moeen Ali.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking.
But he bats at number 7, and England
can you
normally
just bodge it down a bit.
Oh.
I would rather put Stokes at 7. Hang on, how's this work?
And then
Bairstow
at 6.
No, hang on. Hang on. Where's Butler going to come in?
So the two openers, Rooty, Morgan at 4, Butler at 5.
No, I would have Bairstow 5.
Butler 6.
Yeah, Stokes 7.
The only problem is I actually think to get all the way down to 7 for Ben Stokes to have a bat.
That's fine.
No, but what I'm saying is, Moeen Ali's normally at number 7 and very good batsman. And how often do we really... Okay, we might use him towards the end, but I just think he offers you something with the ball that pips him above another batsman like Bairstow who offers you something brilliant in the field, no doubt.
You'd rather have Mo.
Yeah, but it doesn't offer me anything with the ball, Bairstow.
If I'm going to pick... If you're picking one spinner, just as a spinner, who do you pick?
Well, it's Adil Rashid's the better spinner.
Right. So if I'm picking one spinner and Abdul Rashid is my spinner, I would pick Bairstow in front of Moeen Ali. Yeah,
but I think I can see what you're saying.
You're right.
But the problem is
it won't happen.
That batting lineup is so strong for it to go down all the way to get down to Ben Stokes comes at number 7 or Bairstow. Just say it's a like for like swap. Right. Bairstow, Moeen Ali, and Bairstow to come in at number 7. I know you don't want him there, but effectively that's what it is.
Yeah.
We'd about to have lost.
No one has a better lineup than us, do they? With a bat.
With the bat, no. I think with the
right.
India have a pretty fierce lineup, I think.
And are we that far behind the best team with bowling attack? I think Australia have a very, very strong bowling attack.
What about a spin? Is it Zampa? Is it?
No. I'm not sure who this. He's in their squad, but I'm not sure.
It's Zampa, isn't it?
A few names I haven't seen, but they've got a very strong bowling attack.
Well,
they've got
that Travis Head as well. He's the young lad.
Batsman though. He does bowl a bit of spin, but he's a batsman.
Have they got? Would Steve Smith. Can with his leggies, do you think?
No,
No?
he's too inconsistent. He just doesn't bowl anymore.
Though I'm looking at that Wadey, I'm a little bit... Matthew Wade, I'd be a little bit cautious of. Mitchell Stark, I think, is a brilliant player.
Right, and
Josh Hazelwood,
yeah.
they have got a good bowling lineup.
yeah, they've got a good bowling attack, and India have a good
What
bowling
about
attack.
what about the Pakistanis though?
Nah.
No, but they did
I don't
do
know.
so well last year. Not in the ODIs, but
Yeah.
in the test they did
Yeah,
really
no,
well.
they did, but again, different game, innit? No, I don't think so.
Oh, I did actually want to have a chat to you about
South Africa are a bit dangerous,
English spin.
right?
It's come out. It's come out in the news today. That's not today.
A couple of days.
A couple of
ago.
days back. That's I can't remember his
I'm
name.
sorry.
Is it Philip Ansari?
No.
So Ansari,
We've got over it already.
the Surrey spinner, has decided to retire at the age of 26. I think it is.
Yeah, it might even
From-
be 25.
From all forms of cricket. Let's just cast our minds back slightly.
That's everything, not England.
Oh,
He's
that's
like
everything,
completely given
yeah.
up the game. Yeah, I'm just saying that's not because some people do it from test matches, don't they? But he's completely stopped.
So he's all forms of cricket gone. Imagine coming up to, but he might play league cricket. Imagine coming up against them.
Zafar Ansari.
Zafar, Philip, that's a long way off.
Yeah, I was-
Imagine coming up against someone on a Saturday though.
what you reckon?
He's going to have a knockdown hit.
he's not going to be playing at that. He'd be playing a much. He'll still play a very high standard of cricket when he plays. High league.
He's decided cast your minds back to the winter and look at our spin lineup. Moeen Ali, dog shit during India.
Right.
Adil Rashid, even worse.
Right.
Gareth Batty won't be seen in an English shirt
Yeah.
again. We know Ansari can't be seen in an English shirt again.
Right.
He's retired. So if we're looking for a new spinner, the ones that we
I
took
know.
out with this have gone.
I was really excited about him as well.
Oh, he was shit.
He wasn't shit.
Dawson.
He's 25 as well.
Dawson, who isn't part of any of the England, even the Ireland team, which I'm still a little bit surprised about. Maybe he might be injured. I'm not sure. No, I think he's playing county cricket at the moment. He's the only one who went on that India tour. And if we have to rely on Dawson to be our backup spinner to two very average spinners, or had shown to be very average during the winter, it's a little bit worrying, isn't it? We've got Leach at Somerset, who
Technically
technically
out. We don't need to go into that, do
there's
we?
questions over his
Right.
action.
The thing is, though,
It's
even
terrifying, actually.
Ansari, the thing is,
I
really liked his
He
action.
was shit. I
But-
don't think he was
but-
very good.
Even if he wasn't very good, he showed potential to be good, and he's 25. I think spinners in international cricket get to their best late 20s, early 30s.
Okay.
Just like Graham Swan.
Yeah, but
Graham Swan didn't do very well when he was 25.
But Swanee did it on the county scene, didn't he? So you
Yeah, but Ansari's just starting out.
It's a strange move. Apparently,
He's starting out.
It's to start a
Law.
career in
innit?
law.
Do you think he's thought, because he's obviously incredibly intelligent, just thought it's just for longevity of career? Just thought I'll start it now
The thing is, though, is that
to get into it when you
you could kind of understand it if there was no. He had just been picked for a Test series. You know, he'd just made his England debut. You're thinking maybe hold off. You know, just see how the next couple of years go.
I
Get to 27.
don't think he's bothered about. That's the thing. I wonder whether he actually doesn't care. Whether his heart's just not in it.
Well, it's obviously not.
So he just goes, look, I'm just not bothered.
When I read the interview, it said cricket was never a long-term thing for me. It was what I wanted to do there and then.
Yeah.
I don't know how to. When I found it, I was really disappointed because I just thought about all the time and hours it put in to this player becoming the best player he possibly could.
Yeah.
For him to say, to be a very good player and at a county level, and for him to go is.
You don't know what's going on, do you? Maybe he isn't putting it in. Maybe he's spoken to coaches or coaches spoken
Well, it's
to him
Alex
saying,
Stewart's
look,
story.
you need to be. I don't know. Just guessing, isn't it?
Well, I think
But
it's an odd.
You
one.
can't be playing if he doesn't want to.
I was thinking about English spin, and look at the spinners that have been in and around the team. They all share very similar qualities. Ansari, good with a bat. Dawson, good with a bat. Now, Gareth Batty's an old school player. He was still good with the bat. Moeen Ali is a batsman.
Right.
Adil Rashid, batsman.
Well, it's not a batsman,
Good
but
with the
yeah,
bat.
he can
Sam
bat.
Patel, is he a batsman?
He's like an all-rounder, isn't he?
I've said Dawson. Now look at those 6 names there. Do you think? Well, I definitely think. This might be the most ridiculous question I've ever asked you.
Right.
But because pitches have been so bad in English county cricket,
What do you mean so bad? Just placid?
4 spinners. So
sorry,
so
right.
you've
Yeah,
got-
I
so,
see what
sorry,
you're saying.
yeah. So you've got.
Yeah.
So you could go up there and bowl 75 miles per hour, get it to loop around
Yeah.
as a seamer, and you're going to get way more success on county level than you
Yes.
would at international
Yeah,
level.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
So I don't. You probably better know this because you've studied a lot about sports and sports coaching. Is because these spinners have to offer something else by becoming a very good batsman or accomplished all-rounder. The amount of time they've got to put in the batting then has a detrimental effect to their bowling because they can't grow as quickly as other people could, like seamers, because they're bowling all the time. Rather than it has to be a balance between the bat and the ball for these spinners who have to grow up on these English wickets.
So what you're saying, you think seamers put more time into bowling seam than spinners can put into bowling spin?
I think so, yeah.
Why do you think that? What you think?
I think because spinners can't get into just the way that English spin is working at the moment is that you can't get into
I see what you're
into
saying.
county side because
It's so hard to be effective as a spinner.
actions have been taken in that with the toss now.
I see what you're saying.
But 2-3 years ago, spin. Look at Ashley. Well, I know Ashley Giles' old school spinner, but he could bat. Monty's the only person I'm thinking who can't bat.
Just completely sideways, just for 5 seconds. Someone who I play with on a Sunday met Ashley Giles the other day and asked him to play for us. He said no. Yeah. I know he's a coach, but come on, mate.
What I'm saying is that we've almost self-destructed our spinning because we've had these pitches that have been suited for bowlers that can bowl 75, get it to move away on a 10 o'clock Monday morning.
I think,
and the spin have had to say, do you know what? Put the spin back a little bit, and we'll have to go into our batting to get in the team.
It's probably an aspect, but I also think people are just I think people are better at batting now. I don't think there's. I think if you go back 20 years, if you could bowl, concentrate on bowling.
Yeah.
And if you can bat, concentrate on batting. Now, you concentrate on everything to do everything.
But
because how many genuine shocking number 11s are there? There's not many. There was that guy for Sri Lanka.
But what I'm saying, to counter that is that look at the bowlers that have come in for the England side. Mark Wood, Liam Plunkett's handy with the bat, but he's a slogger.
Yeah.
Jake Ball, Stephen Finn aren't.
Stephen Finn's probably the closest to a genuine number 11.
Yeah, but they're all Woody.
It's not great. He's pretty rubbish.
And Jake Ball and Stephen Finn,
right?
And Mark Wood are all kind of like similar level, pretty bad. Now I'm saying if they were a spinner, they'd be better at batting than those guys would. Do you know what I mean? I think because they've had to grow up, because they've had to bat heavy in their growing up as on English decks. Do
you think they actually allocate more time to batting, the spinners, than the fast bowlers do?
See, this is interesting.
I don't think so.
How the nets would work.
I don't think so.
I don't think
spinners. I don't know, but I would be surprised if spinners spend more time batting than seamers do. That would be you could do a dissertation on that, because it is interesting, like you say, that the way the pitches are done now.
There's certainly a trend, isn't there, with players that we've seen get in and around the England team. The spinners, apart from Monty Panesar,
I think England want batsmen as well. They want every team want someone to be able to bat.
But all the spinners we've seen come in have been more than handy with the bat.
Yeah, apart from
Monty.
Yeah, you're right.
I definitely think it's a thing where you've had to, like I've already said it, where you have to dedicate becoming a better batsman to get into an England team. Did want to mention Monty? Can't find a county. I
know, sad, isn't it?
English spin is just Monty Panesar better than Ashley Giles or not? I'd have to bring some stats up, but
I would. If I was going to pick who I wanted in my team, I would. Oh, that's a really good. That's good, isn't it? Because Ashley Giles could bat. Not brilliant, but he could bat. Monty couldn't bat. No, he couldn't bat.
But let's say you
Ashley
bring
Giles
in
could
a-
field as well.
Yeah,
I would go for Ashley Giles.
is that because of his bowling? Or was that just because he's a better all-round package?
I think if he is worse at bowling, he's not that far behind. And in batting and bowling, Monty is so far behind him.
Do you want to know a couple of stats?
Go on.
Gilo
I don't
and-
go on this rubbish, but go on.
So Ashley Giles, we'll go for Test matches first.
Okay.
Had an average of 40.6.
Sorry? Batting?
No, this is.
Oh,
bowling.
Jesus
I'm not
Christ. I was
looking
going
at-
to
I'm not
say,
looking at the batting.
what? Right.
Though he had a good average of 20.
Okay.
With the bat
No,
Gilo,
that's
I
all
think.
right.
So he's taken 143
40.
wickets in 50-odd matches, average of 40, strike rate every 85 balls. While Monty Panesar played 50 games, so that's 4 games less, had an average of 34.71. It's a
Okay.
very good average, I think, for a spinner, especially
Okay.
English spinner. Had a strike rate of 74. But like you said, had a...
Does it give you an economy? Is that right?
Yeah, very similar. Monty went at 2.78, while Gilo went at 2.86.
I'll go for Gilo.
I'm actually going to go for
What's
Monty.
Monty's batting average?
4. 4.88, so round
Okay,
up to
nice.
5.
5. I know, I'd have a Gilo.
I'm just going to have a look at their first class, just quickly to end with. Now, Gilo did better at first class cricket than
If you were a
Monty.
county
I thought it was an interesting little thing.
with the lack of spin, although I know counties bring in whoever they want, would you not be looking at Monty?
Oh, I thought I want Worcester to, but I don't know what Monty is like as a. I know he's had difficulties off the pitch, but whether he's suitable to play cricket now.
I think
they
he spent time in Australia sorting himself out.
He definitely should be considered in teams like Derbyshire,
I
Glamorgan.
know. I was thinking he's
for the real shitty teams.
yeah. Well, it's like
They
the
should be
second division teams
Yeah.
should be looking at Monty
Should be
Panesar.
screaming out for Monty Panesar.
It can't be bad to have
Even
him
to get back
in
at North-
selection, can it? Or to have a left arm spinner.
To have somebody with his knowledge of the game.
Exactly.
Okay, he's shit at everything else.
I think he'll get a contract.
Yeah, I would be very
I think
surprised if he
he'll
didn't.
I was reading the thing, and it's not his agent, but it probably is his agent, whoever has told him that he'll just have to wait for a bit later in the season when the pitches are baked and started to turn a bit more. Then he'll get an offer of a contract. But come on,
Well, maybe he needs to, according to my theory,
because he's gone
work on
round
his
netting
batting.
apparently.
Has
He's
he?
getting himself out there. He's just gone round netting with counties, asking to net with.
Oh,
It can't be bad, is
He's
it?
a
You wouldn't stop him coming and netting, would you?
no, definitely.
And then you
not,
can have a
no.
look. So I hope he does.
We'll look to finish. You going to change your team at all?
No, but I think England will win it.
You think England?
I think England will win it.
Are
Looking at
England
it,
the
I think-
favourites to win?
I would put England as favourites.
Yeah. Wow.
Who would you have as your favourite?
I think.
I think South Africa and Australia are our two biggest.
No, I think it's
Oh,
Oz and India actually. I don't think South Africa. I think South Africa.
I think South Africa are dangerous.
I'm-
Dark horse, South
Do you
Africa.
know what? I'm gonna. I think India are on a bit of a roll. I know they didn't do that great well against Oz. Okay, they won, but Australia could be dangerous as well. The only thing that worries me is that these two new white balls don't tend to swing.
Ashes final.
Ashes final.
Ashes final.
If it's an Ashes final, England will win.
No, England will bottle it if it's an Ashes final. I've picked that for the final, but picked England to win, but said they'll lose. Yeah,
Right.
England will walk it. Highest scorer, Aaron Finch.
Right? Who's England's highest scorer?
England's highest scorer, I'm going to go for...
Johnny Best.
No, England's highest scorer, I'd go for Jason Roy.
I really think it's
Yeah.
going to be the big Roy Dogs.
Especially with the two new ball from either end. They don't do much. He's going to nail it all over the place.
Right, okay.
Highest wicket taker. I reckon Rabada will take that. It's boring, isn't it? But I do.
You don't like Rabada?
I don't know what he's...
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know
what about
why.
England's?
England's highest wicket taker.
I know. I might go Wokes. I think he's gonna have another good time of it.
Do you know what? I think Mo and Ali will take the most wickets. I do. Of the England bowlers.
For England, right? Okay.
England bowlers. Yeah, so there's my predictions. And England will win it. Batting too deep.
No chance of a outsider. Pakistan, Sri Lanka,
Well, the only teams that can't win it, Bangladesh can't win it.
Yeah.
I don't think New Zealand can win it.
Are Pakistan in it?
Pakistan are in it. I think Sri Lanka, I don't think can win it.
No. New Zealand can't.
I don't think New Zealand, Sri Lanka. This will come back to bite me.
So, but it's the top
Or
four, isn't it?
Bangladesh.
Top four.
But I think England,
Right, okay.
South Africa, and Australia. Those are the three.
Right then. Thank you all for listening.
Yeah.
We will be back on Wednesday for the England versus Ireland ODI.
Oh yeah, cracking.
If it's not on telly, we'll try and get hold of it on YouTube or whatever. And then we'll obviously have the following Sunday will be... Actually, the following Sunday might be another game. If not, it's going to be your Rainy Day podcast. We'll have to check the dates out. Thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed the show, make sure you give us a thumbs up. Throw down some comments. We'd like to start reading them out again. Subscribe if you're new. Turn notifications on if you are old. We wouldn't want you to miss an episode.
If you're an old...
If you're an old subscriber.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant like if you're old and you just forget stuff.
We shall see you on Wednesday.